Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome to today's video. So today's video is going to be showing you guys the makeup products that you need. Makeup can be such a minefield, and I want to show you guys the products that you need, that you should be using, and how you should be using them, and my go-to everyday products. So let's start off with your base. So first of all, you need to be using a moisturizer. You need to be using a moisturizer that's obviously right for your skin. My favourite skincare brands are Elemis and Kiehl's. I love those two so much. Elemis is a more premium brand, and then Kiehl's is premium as well, but a more affordable premium brand. I love them both and recommend either of their moisturizers. If you are on a really tight budget, then I'll say head to Superdrug and you will find a decent moisturizer in there. So you need to make sure that your base is nice and moisturized, ready for you to put product on. And then next up, you're going to want to use a primer. So my favorite primer is the Becca First Light Priming Filter. I absolutely love it. It is brilliant, and as you can see when you put it on, it gives like an illuminating glow which looks great under your makeup. It makes your makeup stay all day. It's just an amazing primer that I highly recommend. It is a more premium price point, but I have had this primer for quite a while now and I still have over half left. Don't get me wrong, I don't use it every single day because I don't wear makeup every single day. I say I wear makeup kind of 3 to 4 times a week, so it does save me from using it every single day. And if I'm in a massive rush and I'm not going anywhere too important, I will skip this step and just put moisturizer on. So after you've primed, after you've moisturized, the next thing that I do is I apply my concealer. Now I apply my concealer because I hate it when you're cakey. I hate the cakey look. I like to look flawless and fresh. So by applying the concealer straight under my eyes instead of doing foundation and then concealer, it's just less product to cake, and I find that is a key to not caking. It's just using less product. So my go-to concealer is the Body Shop one, the Matte Clay Body Shop concealer. It's brilliant. I can't recommend it enough. I find it the perfect coverage without being too heavy, and the shade I use is 010 Matte Clay, and then I have a more darker shade which matches my skin tone, which is 014 Matte Clay, and I use this one for blemishes. So I have a small breakout on my chin, so I use the darker one for my skin area, and then for a more highlighted look I use the lighter one, so I use that under my eyes, down the centre of my nose, and it's just the perfect coverage. It covers everything, but again without being too heavy and too cakey. So before I blend that in, I then contour. So I don't actually contour my cheekbones, I use a powder for that. I contour my neck, under my jawline, and then I just put a strip over my forehead, and the one that I use is the iconic London stick foundation in shade 4. This is a perfect shade for contouring. It is quite pricey, so you could get a contour stick from Superdrug. I've never actually used one. I'm sure you can find ones in there from like Rimmel, Makeup Revolution, which are good quality. This is just always my go-to one, and it blends really easily, which is what you need for a contour stick. So once I've mapped up my face with concealer and contour, I'm then going to go in with foundation. So my go-to foundation, and the one that I always rave about, is the Body Shop Fresh Nude foundation. I have so many of these because I have a fear of running out. It is the most amazing foundation, and they often do 3 for 2 in the Body Shop. Every time I go in, it's 3 for 2. So I always get 3 for the price of 2. So although it is a little bit more pricey than your standard high street foundation, as it's 3 for 2, it does actually even out, so it's not that much more expensive. It is brilliant. It gives the most perfect flawless base without being too cakey. So very similar to the concealer, it's a perfect coverage without being too heavy, and it's totally buildable as well. I like quite a light coverage, like medium to light, but if you did want a heavier coverage, you could just apply another layer of it and it would be a heavier coverage. The shade I use is Fiji Sand 26. Cannot recommend it enough. I absolutely love it. And to apply it, I use the iconic London brush. I've only recently got these. I'm kind of blown away with the finish that these brushes give. It's so easy to apply, and I used to use a beauty blender. I love the beauty blender, but you know what really got me? The fact I had to get up once I sat down and make it wet. So with these, you obviously don't have to do that. You can just apply it straight onto the skin. You don't need to make them damp, and it just gives the most beautiful finish. Everything I mentioned will be linked below. So once that is all done and blended in, I'm then going to go over to my Becca Cosmetics Brightening Cream. Now, To blend in my concealer, I actually do use a makeup sponge. This one is from Primark, and I also use that to blend in the under eye brightener as well. I just find it gives a better finish than the brushes do. Yeah, so that's what I use to blend in my concealer and the brightening cream. The brightening cream just gives a luminous look under your eye and at the top of your cheekbones and provides a great base for your highlighter to sit. I cannot live without this. I absolutely love it. I got it around 6 months ago and I haven't used it every day. As I said, I don't wear makeup every day, but it's lasted quite a long time, and I'd say I've got a good third left, so definitely worth the small investment. Especially if you're a mum like me, it just helps remove those dark circles and make you look a lot more awake in the mornings. So then you need to use a setting powder. So setting powders are a bit of a minefield. I've kind of used everyone going, and for me, I found the best type of setting powder that works is a pressed powder, and my favourite pressed powder is the Fenty Beauty one. I picked this up in Sephora when I was in Spain, and I just think it's brilliant. I found it creases the least out of every setting powder that I've used, so I would definitely recommend this one. I apply it with this brush and just put it under my very eye, and then I set the rest of my face with it with a bigger brush and just kind of dab it all over. So then going to go on to eyebrows, the bane of my existence. Oh my goodness, eyebrows. Why wasn't I blessed with a lovely set of eyebrows? I've tried everything to get them perfect, and just it's hard work. It is hard work having bad eyebrows, especially when you're limited for time like me. Like, that's why half the time I just don't even bother, because I think this is just going to go wrong. But when I do bother, it just, yeah, it's a thing that causes me the most stress on my face. So eyebrows, eyebrows, eyebrows. What I really like is this Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Gel. Now, it's not the eyebrow tattoo that I used to use, and I still do use that now and then, but because I've had them tattooed on, I don't need to use it as much, but I probably should go back to using it a bit, my life a lot easier. I put this on, this brow gel, and it just gives them like a tacky base, and it makes it easier to then apply the powder with the brush. So I just use this Freedom eyebrow makeup powder with an angled brush and draw them in. Sometimes it goes wrong, sometimes it goes well, but yes, that's what I do for my eyebrows. And then underneath my eyebrows, I just carve them out with a concealer. I have a pencil concealer, which is from HD Brows online, and I find that just easy just to line and then blend. So we're going to move on to contour. Now, my favourite contour powder is this Radiance Brick from Rimmel, and it is a shimmer one, and the reason I like this and I use a shimmer to contour is because it's just a lot more lighter. If you use a matte powder, it's a lot more unforgiving, and if you go wrong or put too much on, it can look like a hot mess. But if you use a shimmer one, it just goes on a lot lighter and it's a lot more forgiving. Still get the definition, but just without the, I don't know, the mud looking face, I guess you could say. So I definitely recommend getting a shimmer one. It's so much easier to work with, so much lighter on, but still gives a really good colour payoff. So I'm going to put that on my cheekbones, forehead, and then I'm going to blend it all in my neck with a big blending brush. This one I've actually had for years. It's a Bare Minerals blending brush. I love Bare Minerals as a brand actually. And yeah, I've had this brush for years and it's just a perfect blending brush. So I use that to blend in all of the contour. So blusher wise, I use the Nars Orgasm blusher. I've had this for ages, literally years. And it's still going strong, so although it is a higher price point, it will last you for so long, and I just find it gives the perfect kind of peachy glow to make you look nice and alive. So for highlighter, I use a Becca Cosmetics Royal Glow, and I use a big fan brush to apply it, and I just put it on my cheekbones, down the centre of my nose, and then on my eyelids. I haven't actually worn eye makeup today, as you can see. I have Russian eyelash extensions on, which just is such a lifesaver because it means that you don't have to put mascara on every day, and I very rarely wear eye makeup, especially in the day. If I was going out in the evening, I would put some kind of eyeshadow on. I don't really get out that much these days, but when I do, I would put eyeshadow on, and I would do kind of like an evening look. If you are interested in an evening makeup look, I will link the one I recently did below. But having eyelash extensions just saves me so much time, and I also don't put mascara on my bottom lashes in the day because it just runs. Like, I don't know if anyone else gets that problem. If I put it on, it will end up under my eye at some point during the day and then just make me look pretty awful, so I just don't bother with it. And I don't really think I need it because I have Russian lashes on the top that are quite dramatic, so I don't need anything else on the bottom. So then for my lips, I line them with the Barry M Rose lip liner. I love this lip liner. It's my go-to lip liner. I find it's a perfect shade. I could maybe go for something a little bit lighter, but every time I try another one, it just doesn't work as well as this one. So this is my definitely go-to lip liner. As you can see, it's well used, and this is not the original top for it. This is an old, different top. But yeah, it's very well used, and I do think I actually need to get a new one soon. Then for lipstick, I am using very recently the Body Shop 005 lipstick. It's not a matte lipstick, it's a sheer lipstick. I prefer the sheer look, and if I did want to matte my lips out, you can just put translucent powder over the top and that will make any lipstick matte. That's a little makeup hack for you. This is a nude lipstick shade, but because everyone has different skin tones, it may look good on some skin tones and not complement others. So the way I deal with this is I put it on, and if, like say I'm in the summer or I've put fake tan on, it looks really good with my skin tone. But if we're in the middle of winter like we are now, it doesn't look so good. It looks a little bit too dark and not nude enough. So to work with it, I just mix concealer and it just lightens up the whole of the lipstick, and that is such a good makeup tip. You can do that with any nude lipstick. If you mix a tiny bit of your concealer with your lipstick when it's on your lips, it will just lighten it to a really natural and nice nude tone. You just have to blend it in and work it in a little bit and it will look great. So those are all my go-to makeup products, and all the makeup products I think you guys need to create a lovely, flawless makeup look. My next makeup video I'm going to do is just going to be a really quick school run kind of mum makeup look, and the makeup that I use when I really don't have that much time. It would be pretty similar to this, but just using a few less products. If you guys like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I'd love you to stick around and subscribe. My name is Lucy. I post 3 to 4 videos a week on fashion, motherhood, beauty, travel and lifestyle, and I'll see you guys soon.